Hello there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading. When I was shuffling out this spread, I saw an image. I saw this man. He looks like he's wearing, like a navy type of an outfit. He's at a port, and it doesn't look like it's modern time. It looks like, several hundred years ago, where he's at a port and you have all these boats coming through. So some of them are big, big boats. Some of them are just like little passenger ships. And he orders some men to go on board the ship to inspect. And then once they finish their inspection, they gives him the thumbs up. Then he allows the boat to come in. And then I see this really small, it's like a seafaring boat. And there are women and children in the boat. And they're all covered up. Like it's cold, so they have their shawls on. And they just look a little bit scared. And they come to him, or the boat, kind of drifts towards him, and he looks at it and he glances at, what's in their little, they have like a little box where all the passengers store their belongings. He inspects it very, very briefly. He feels bad for them, so he's like, I'm not going to give them a hard time. And then he lets them in, and the person that's steering the boat, they, quietly kind of drift into the harbor. So when I saw that, I feel almost like I don't see that man being you. I don't see that man being you. I see that man being, a, an energy of somebody around you, somebody who is protective of you, somebody who's also, facilitating something in order to allow you to transition smoothly. It seems to me like it could be a combination of divine guidance, like the universe interfering to help ease a situation for you, or I feel like it could be physical people in your environment doing things to facilitate progress and movement for you. Like they're not trying to give you a hard time. They're just doing, their job. But at the same time, they understand that you've been through a lot. And so they're facilitating that process for you so that you can transition into a place that is a lot better. It's like they're looking out for you. Okay. So the energy is very beautiful. It's very beautiful. It's very loving. It's very forgiving. And I almost feel, in a way, it's almost like your karmic past coming back to ease things for you or to help you. Okay. I mentioned before, Pisces, you guys are very, very forgiving of other people. And, you guys are very understanding. You guys are also very, very loving towards other people. You don't have to know somebody personally to feel pity for them or to feel bad for them or to feel like I have to help this person because they're going through a lot. And I feel like, throughout your life, you've taken on the role of the facilitator, the one that helps other people so that they can do things properly, so that you can, facilitate something for another person. And as a result of it, you have some really good karma coming back in for this month in order for the universe, for others around you to facilitate things for you. Okay. What I feel here is a very strong business family type of a dynamics here. We have here the Queen of Wands. And this is like maternal energy, okay? Being very, very protective of the people in your family, defending them, fighting for them. And as a result of it, you are able to earn a lot of respect and to earn a lot of protection, okay? What I feel is for some of you, especially for those who have children, your children, whenever there is like a family dynamics in any type of a situation, despite our differences, despite, how stubborn or independent your children are, I feel it's almost like when push comes to shove, you definitely can rely on them and they will be there to defend your honor if need be. They will be there to protect you. So I feel like there is an immense sense of family loyalty. There's an immense sense of being loyal to the people that we love, and in return, being able to garner loyalty from the people who love us. Okay. So I feel like there is a family dynamic here where despite all the strife, despite all the ideological differences, the stubbornness, the power struggles, there's still this sense of innate loyalty. We have to stick together and we have to, look out for one another. For those of you, I feel this, and I know it's strange, but especially if you have like, two, three kids, the oldest child is sort of like the child that gives you a lot of grief. They're the ones that are, they and I'm physically hearing, Mom, you should not do it like that. Like a child telling you that. And they could be adult children. They could be like an adult child, but they're still like they feel like they need to interject. They feel like you're doing things a specific way that they don't approve of. But at the end of the day, it's like whenever you're in whenever you're in any type of whenever you encounter problems, whenever you're in a situation that you can't get out of, you can contact this child, and this child is sort of like your protector, your problem solver, and kind of like the strategist in your life. Okay, so I feel this very, very strong power struggle, but at the same time this very deep sense of love and loyalty between you and the children. Okay, so that's for those of you who have children. For those of you who do not have children, this indicates to me as well, you're a force to be reckoned with in your work environment. It's right next to the Eight of Pentacles, which is a work, career, finance type of a card. This is the month where you are exuding a lot of energy, okay? Crown chakra, all lit up. Being somebody who other people come to for advice, and you have a lot of expertise, you have a lot of skills that are highly, I feel like it's you have been learning a lot, and you're in a position now where you are passing out your knowledge, or you are giving other people, it's like giving people a piece of your mind, but in a way where you're allowing them to come to you, and then you can give them advice, you can give them counsel, you can show them how to do things. So I feel like your career is really, really lit up for this month, and there is a lot of success coming through. Six of Wands. It says success here, Six of Wands. And basically what this denotes is all the hard work that you've put in, it's paying dividends. You're being noticed, you're getting the recognition. And I also feel as well, there is a strong protection energy in your work environment. Somebody who's very protective of you, somebody who thinks about you. And the hand on that little leopard, it's somebody who is protective of you. It's somebody who has their eyes out for you. And if ever there is a position that opens up, you would be the person that they would recommend to, apply for that position, or to get into that position. And they would, greatly they would like be the one working behind the scenes to facilitate that process for you. So this is just really good karma coming back home to roost. And I also feel like, just really strong protection and admiration, and somebody who really cares about you. They care about you as a person, and they want the best for you. So if they ever see something in a work environment, a new position, a promotion, some project, they want to give it to you because they trust you and because they like you on an individual basis. Okay. I don't feel like it's favoritism where it's unfair. I feel like it's something that you deserve, and it's something that, I feel like it's your energy. They see things in you, like leadership qualities, and Pisces, you don't really care about leadership. You don't want to be in that position where there's a lot of responsibilities, there's a lot of office politics and maneuvering and things like that. But they see a softness, but also a diplomacy about you that they really like. And because of that, they believe that you would be most suitable in a position of power. It's the people that don't want power that should be wielding the power because, they don't abuse it. Okay. So they see something in you that screams out leadership, that screams out, success and competence. And because of that, they're saving something for you. So you have some really wonderful things coming in. What else is coming in here? We have the Six of Cups. Okay, so this is like past connection, reunification, reconnecting with people that we have kind of lost touch with. So there's an element here about reconnecting with people we haven't seen in a long time, talking through social media, especially through text messages, through social media, catching up with people, looking at pictures as well, and realizing, oh wow, this person has gotten married, or this person has 3 kids now, or I haven't seen this person since high school, and they're moving to my geographical location. So there's a lot of opportunities for reconnecting, and especially if you're reconnecting and I see people possibly, planning like high school reunions, college reunions, sorority, fraternity reunions, for example, or some type of a professional network that you've been a part of, and now everyone is staging a reunion, and then you come to these reunion, and people are just like, "What are you doing now?" And you're just like, "Oh yeah, I'm casually, like very humbly too. Oh, I'm in this job," and then they're like, "Tell me more about your job," and then they find out that you're a really major player in your work environment, and they're in awe and admiration. And I feel like the conversations that you're having for this month is greatly about reconnecting with past people, but then talking to them heavily about work, about your ideals, about what you aspire to do, about all the changes that have taken in your professional life. So things are looking really, really, really good. So going back to the imagery with the inspection, it ties in with this card here. 7 of Wands. This is a card about valor, and it's basically defending what we believe in, okay? So there might be a situation where somebody is inspecting you or looking into something about your past. Okay, and I don't want this to sound creepy or, invasive or stress or fear inducing. It's not meant to be like that. I just feel like you're in a position where somebody is asking you, why did you do this when you could have done that? Or they're asking you a lot of questions, like personal question. It could be somebody from your past or somebody digging into your past. I feel like that inspection process, it's almost like they are occupying a role. The role of the inspector is to make sure everything is safe, okay? So it's not like they're singling you out to put you in the hot seat. Does that make sense? They're not singling you out for some reason that's personal. They're singling you out because there's something that they have to do as a part of their responsibilities, and you have to be the person that they just happen to have to do that with. So there is a situation where they're going to be asking you a lot of questions like, why are you doing this? When did this happen? What year? What time? How long? So I'm seeing a lot of questions, and it's coming in very, very fast. And I feel like you have to anticipate these questions. So for some of you, it could be like doing, I guess, like performance evaluation. Okay, and you have to think really fast on your toes, how to, once again, that crown chakra, anticipate the questions that are going to be asked, and then come up in your mind with answers, rehearse the answers so that you know what to say, okay? And then I'm also feeling like for some of you, you might be in a situation where, so for example, if you're in a managerial position, something goes wrong, and then you take the steps in order to fix it. And then after the fact, you are called into your superior's office, and they're like, what exactly happened? How did this happen? What were the steps that you took to resolve this conflict? So I see like there is some type of a potentially conflict that happened, and then you might have to step in and mediate, or you have to, after the fact, you have to resolve it somehow. Okay. So I see a little bit of cleaning up after other people. If there is anything that happens for the first half of February, any type of thing that deviates from your standard ways of doing, you want to mark it down, you want to write it down so that if somebody asks you, you know exactly the date and time and what you did. Otherwise, you might not remember it. And when you hesitate because you don't remember the details, then it can feel from their end as if you're not telling the truth. Does that make sense? If you don't know something, just say, I don't know, but let me check or let me verify with my journal, my notes or something. So I feel like note keeping and especially keeping the timeline straight in your mind is going to be very crucial, especially the first 2 weeks of February. Okay. So aside from that, let's shift energies here. Let's shift to this bottom row. What I feel is there's definitely a very strong sense of loyalty, okay? A very strong sense of loyalty coming through from people around you. People around you want to build with you. Once again, this Eight of Pentacles, building things of stable value, building something that is very prosperous, beautiful, and very balanced as well. I always think of this as like balance. The card itself indicates prudence. So it basically means I feel like whenever we are operating, you guys are operating from this space, where you are illuminated, where you come in with a lot of drive, ambition, and fire, and just, a lot of passion too, you can attract a lot of people who are interested in you because they're drawn to your orbit. And what this means is this is a very passionate energy. So you are drawing a lot of positive attention. Whatever gender you're dating, you're drawing a lot of people that are admiring you. And as a result of it, we have prudence as well as the Seven of Swords, which means being very, very careful about not, stepping outside of your relationship. This is something I feel coming in for you, Pisces, being careful not to be overly flirtatious. If you're in a relationship, don't be overly flirtatious with people outside of the relationship. Knowing when to draw boundaries so that other people, so what's coming to mind is you're at work and somebody is like, hey, we should, they come to you and they like you and they're trying to gauge where you're at, and they ask you like, hey, I'd like to discuss that one topic a little bit further. If you're free, let's go get coffee sometime. So it's almost like, yes, in a way, they want to, spend time with you outside of work. But at the same time, they have ulterior motives. They have romantic intentions. And so you can just tell them, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think my fiance would like that. Or I don't think my husband or my wife would like that. Or let's do that another day when we can get a group of coworkers together. And then we can, all of us have a discussion outside of work about whatever that topic is. So learning to think a little bit faster on our toes and not to lead the other person on. Your instincts are very sharp. If somebody is coming in to your environment with like romantic intentions, it's going to be known to you, okay? So you kind of need to draw clear boundaries, and you kind of need to kind of set them in their place, or at least friend zone someone who keeps coming back in, soliciting you for, with like, with those half-hearted attempts at, flirting with you and things like that. So you know who these people are, and it's really important for you to draw clear boundaries. So I feel like there's temptation from your end, and you feel like, oh, it's just harmless flirtation, but I don't think that your partner or whoever you're dealing with would like that. For those who are single, this is a whole different ballpark. For those who are single, great energy about people coming in. They're trying to gauge your relationship status. If you like them, by all means, go for it. Okay. I see some of you talking, communicating with somebody from your past, like a past boyfriend, past girlfriend, past person that you used to have like a physical, intimate relationship with. It could be like significant, or it could just be like very marginal. But this person is trying to gauge, like, are you single? Is the Pisces person single? Are they interested in rekindling? So they're throwing a lot of flirtation your way. So if you're If you want to reconnect, I would advise you to think about this person very, very carefully. I don't feel it's a good energy, okay? Just because their energy here, Seven of Swords, right underneath, Six of Cups. So blast from the past. And I feel like there's something slimy about this person. Forgive me for saying. I feel like there's something, and you know, cross watchers, if you're not a slimy person, please don't get offended. On the other hand, if you are, I feel like this needs to be said. I don't feel like this is something that's gonna, I don't feel like it's something that needs to be resurrected. Okay. And I feel like this person has ulterior motives. They also, there's something unsettling about this person. So I think it's best for you to not get involved. Okay. There's something, this person might have health issues. They might, they might have physical health issues, but I feel more emotional health issues. They're very emotionally unbalanced. I see somebody who is has anger issues too, so I want you to be very careful. Okay? On the other hand, if you are dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, I have some really good things here. So Princess of Discs, this is the Page of Pentacles. This is somebody that, you know, they're trying their best to bring things to you. The Page of Pentacles is usually, you know, they're starting out, they're not as financially stable, but they have a lot of skills, they're still learning, they're still growing. So in the future, I feel like whatever they make, they want to give it to you. So they want the relationship to be stable. And I feel like there's a lot of stability and dependability. And I feel almost like you're starting to feel like you're doing a lot in this relationship, and you always do a lot. Okay. This is your energy. It's the Knight of Cups in this deck, but in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's like the King of Cups, okay? So you feel like you're doing a lot of things in this relationship, and you feel like you're giving a lot of yourself, and the other person is they're trying to really match your pace. So be very patient with this person. The nature of earth signs is that they're very methodical. They can be a little bit like overindulgent, which is something I'm seeing with this person. But I feel like, you know, there's a clear division of labor here. I do this, you do that. And so I feel like they have good intentions. They have good intentions. Just be patient with them. Going back to that X, we have here the Seven of Swords. We have the Justice card, and we have the Five of Cups. So I do sense that you want to be careful with X's, okay? If you have a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio coming into the picture, I feel if this is an X too, I don't see that slimy energy with this person. I feel like there can be a period where things are balanced out, but once again, it needs to be seen through a very realistic lens. Okay, so you have to really look at this and to figure out what's the right thing to do. For those who are singles, I feel like there's strong earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and very, very strong water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and those are really good, suitable, compatible signs with you. The other signs I'm not seeing. I feel like there is an X here whose energy is worrisome to me. So just be careful about that. Okay.